Welcome home, everybody. We've heard a lot of people refer to Kuala Lumpur as the city that makes luxury affordable. And I think that is such a perfect way to put it, especially in what is known as KLCC. It's the Kuala Lumpur City Center. Most of these buildings were built in the last 2 decades. I mean, if you looked at this place in 1987, it wouldn't look anything like this. And they're still building. You can see so many cranes, so many huge buildings going up. But what's so amazing about all of these hotels and all of these residences is that they are pretty affordable. Just across the way is the Crown Plaza Hotel, and we were looking at some of the rooms there. I think they're like $40 to $50 a night. There's another kind of luxury condo just across the way. That pool looks amazing. What I will say about that pool though is you wouldn't be able to see the Petronas Towers. That was like our big selling point here. And then apart from the amazing skyscrapers, you look this way and just see the mountains in the distance. This is so cool. We haven't really taken a chance to look at every single direction and really take this in. I mean, we're on the top of the building. This is like an observation deck. It's wild that we're just gonna have complete full access to this for the next 10 days. I'm so excited. Look at that. It's so good. This is very like Dubai-esque. Like all of the architecture is almost futuristic looking. So apart from the amazing view of the Petronas Towers, which actually were the tallest buildings in the world for a brief period between the late 80s and early 90s, there's now a building over on the other side of the Petronas Towers that is even taller. We didn't even realize that. I didn't know there was anything taller here. Another really cool feature of those buildings is that they have a sky bridge that connects the two buildings. And when you take a tour of that building, you can actually walk on the sky bridge. I think that's something that I'm gonna wanna do before I leave.
So that is the rooftop. That was the selling point for this accommodation. Now, let's go see the actual room where we're staying. The first unique thing about our accommodation is that we have this little nook space where we can actually leave our shoes on the outside of the apartment. That is definitely an Asian thing. People do not walk into their space with their shoes on. So we have this little cubby area and a huge space.
Welcome. This is gonna be our home for basically the rest of the month. I love the art, even though it's Michael Jackson. I know that's a little controversial, but it's a really cool painting, and just the design of the room is really cool.
I'd say it's the most comfortable place we've had in a long while.
Yeah, for sure. And look at the view. Ceiling to floor windows.
So this is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, and as soon as you open the door, it opens to the living room and kitchen. It's an open concept, just one room. So you have this beautiful big blue couch and the Michael Jackson painting, the huge Michael Jackson artwork. Nice coffee table where we can get some work done. And this little thing right here, the vacuum. We rarely have a vacuum in our accommodation, and I've already used this like 5 times. I just love a clean space. So that right there is just amazing. And then of course Max said we've got these floor to ceiling windows of a view of Kuala Lumpur. We are on the 12th floor and we still have a pretty nice view. I mean, towers surround us, but you can still see a good part in the distance.
If I had one thing to improve upon in the apartment, I wish we could see the Petronas Towers.
Yeah.
But I think they're over on that side. But I can go up to the rooftop whenever I feel like it.
Exactly. This big couch. Usually in our Airbnbs, the couches are quite small, so both of us tend to not fit together. But this one has great space. We already watched a movie last night. We watched what was it called?
Leave the World Behind?
Leave the World Behind on Netflix. So have any of you watched that movie? Let us know in the comments what your thoughts were. Really wild. But yeah, that was great. And speaking of movies, we have a huge, nice TV. What do you think, like 40 inches? 35 inches maybe?
I'd say like 50, somewhere in that neighborhood.
It's a smart TV, so of course we have our YouTube fireplace going on. And then these drapes there's so much material on these drapes. You can pull them and make the room completely dark.
And that's honestly what we did yesterday for our movie. I felt like a movie theater in here, even though it was like in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
It does rain quite a bit here in Kuala Lumpur, so we had some rain yesterday.
Oh, and these are double lined too. So I think this helps with keeping the temperature of the room cool. It kind of eliminates the heat. At least that's what my guess would be, because even over here close to the window you can feel the heat just like radiating off of it. It is a ripe 87 degrees out. A little bit better than Bangkok, to be honest. Actually, in the morning I saw that the temperature was at 74, and that just seemed so refreshing to me. Anywho, there's actually a patio out here, but our AC unit, I think, is taking up the space, so not really accessible. There's no table and chairs out there, but oh well, we can go up to the rooftop like Max said. We've got 2 bar stools here, which again, we never really have, you never really know where we're going to be like eating meals and stuff, but these are great. Very, very comfortable. Again, we could work here and get some work done as well. The only thing is that the outlets in this place are kind of minimal, I would say. There's 2 over here that we have our adapters plugged into it, but there's no real accessibility to a plug-in like on this kitchen counter, which is a bummer. Doesn't really matter. Okay, the kitchen. A life-size fridge. This is a rarity too. Usually we're just left with like a little mini cooler type thing. So this huge fridge is definitely a plus. And we actually went grocery shopping today, so we have some food. We've already made some eggs this morning, which was really, really tasty. But nice size fridge. Eggs, cheese, hot sauce, some beer, and some fruit. The necessities. We also have a washer, and I think I put it on a drying cycle after these clothes were washed. So in 1 minute we'll know if the clothes are washed or not, because that's another thing in this apartment. We don't have any drying racks to like put the clothes on to dry if it was only a washer. So stay tuned on this. Yeah, basically all the workings of a kitchen. We have some cups, some plates, some utensils. I don't think I really need to show you all that, so let's head to the bedroom.
I do just love how this looks from this angle. If I go all the way back here, I mean, it's so spacious. And the bar and everything, it just looks great.
Moment of truth. Oh.
Still locked.
It is like hot. Well, it says hot and it's locked still. So maybe we'll revisit this again at a later time. To the bedroom, please. Ta-da. A nice, open, huge bedroom. Usually our bedrooms are half, if not a quarter of the size. Sometimes it's just the bed and maybe even a nightstand. But this, I think, is a king bed, do you think?
Yeah.
It was quite big and very, very comfortable last night. Again, we have just one bedside table. Max and I fight over the side with a bedside table. For some reason, he thinks he needs a bedside recently, but I always take precedent because I'm clinically blind, and he needs to remember that.
All I want is a place to put my AirPod case.
And again, we've got floor-to-ceiling windows in the bedroom with the same view. There are 2 air conditioning units, one in each room, which is above the bathroom right here. And you know we're American, so we are blasting that 24/7 at, what is it, 20? What's it at, 20 degrees?
21 degrees Celsius.
So I would say that's probably like 68 degrees Fahrenheit.
I think.
Roughly.
We're still so bad at Celsius.
I know. Anyhow, okay. So behind this glass door is actually our bathroom, which was like an interesting concept. I've never really seen this before, but pretty standard. 1 sink, 1 toilet, and a shower.
Big fan of the shower, I have to say.
Yeah, this shower is luxe. It's got a waterfall. What's that called? A waterfall.
And then the handheld.
Oh, what are those called?
Waterfall showers.
No, what is that called? Like a faucet? Not a faucet, but like
shower
a
head?
Okay, there's a waterfall shower head and a normal shower head. That's a rarity. And honestly, just a shower that keeps the water out of the main area in the bathroom is a big plus for us.
Personally, I'm just happy to have a shower door. That seems to be something that is not all that common. Sometimes it's just like the whole bathroom is the shower.
It's true. And then this unit also comes with a built-in wardrobe, but nothing of ours is in here, so I'm not gonna really show it. We have a bin for our laundry, which we're still, you know, working through, as you previously saw. And then we have this corner of the room that has a desk and a chair, and it's kind of just like our catch-all place for things right now. And then our luggage is on a luggage rack, and then sadly Max's, you know, it's on the floor. Sorry, babe. That's pretty much the space. Like I said, this is one of the biggest spaces that we've had in a long time, and I know that might seem small to some people, but you know, we are on that budget. But this week, for 10 days, we decided to increase that budget a little higher to, I think, $57 a night here in Kuala Lumpur, which is still a steal in a lot of other places in the world. But here, it's pretty luxury.
I actually have a story I want to share about the Petronas Towers. You guys are probably laughing so hard at how many times I've mentioned them in this video, but you have to have the context to understand why I am so excited to see these in person. So when I was in, I want to say it was 4th grade, for Christmas one year, I got this book that was all about skyscrapers, and it was literally shaped like a skyscraper. So the entire book was like, I don't know, like 3 feet tall, and then very, very narrow. And it was after I went to Chicago with my family on just like a day trip, I became obsessed with the Sears Tower. And also at the same time, on the PS2, I was playing Spider-Man 2, the video game. And that was like the first video game of its age where you could kind of just go around on your own. It was like an open world concept, and you could just go around Manhattan at your leisure. And I became really obsessed with all of like the landmarks and the skyscrapers in Manhattan. So I got this skyscraper book, and I was just absolutely obsessed with it. It was all about the most famous and the tallest skyscrapers all across the world. So of course the Petronas Towers, they were the tallest buildings in the world at one point. They were included in this book. And also during this time, Harry Potter just happened to be a gigantic thing. I think it was the year that Prisoner of Azkaban came out. So we were so excited that these were called the Petronas Towers, just thinking about the Patronus charm, Expecto Patronum from Harry Potter. My brother and I were literally just obsessed with these towers, and to see them in person is kind of like a full circle moment in my life. It's so funny. I think Petronas is actually like an oil and gas company, so that's a lot less exciting than the Harry Potter spell, but either way, the buildings are gorgeous, and it is just a wild, wild experience to see them in real life.
They feel warm, but I think they're dry and clean. Oh no. Some of these aren't though. But yeah, that's a sweater. Probably like the dry fit stuff will be dry, but
Yeah, it's just getting hard to dry that stuff, I feel like, completely. Why don't they have drying racks here?
I don't know. That seems strange.
We did not have a single place in Europe that didn't have a drying rack.
Crazy. Well, I'll leave this for a second because there's actually, believe it or not, another pool we have to go check out.
No, we have not been to this pool yet. What it's all about. Have we ever been in a place with 2 pools?
No.
This pool is huge. Oh my god, it's like a resort. The gym is also over here. So there's a lot going on this level. Wow, the pool. Can't believe how big it is. So those are our buildings.
Yeah. And the 3 are connected.
Oh wow, there's 3 of them. From this angle, you can almost see the sky bridge. You can just kind of see one side of it. I'm so confused by this. Like, it says no beach shorts, but you can wear like a Speedo. I don't get it.
Hopefully they're talking about material. But that should be illegal.
How is that okay, but this is not okay? That's hilarious.
These look like yours.
I know, they look like a swimsuit.
Not allowed.
Not allowed. I'm excited to come down here. How late is it open?
Till 10.
Heck yeah.
Okay, so when you factor all the amenities, especially, oh my god. What the frick?
It's a butterfly, I think.
It's a huge moth. Okay, what I was saying is when you factor in all the amenities, that's really where places can like increase their price, especially in the States. So the value here is crazy. As we were sitting on the couch last night, the building over had a reflection, a really bright reflection of something, and I thought, that can't be the towers. They're too far away.
It was the towers.
But it was the towers. That is insane. It's so bright that it's just like illuminating everything around it. And it literally was illuminating a building over, like behind our building. That's crazy.